I remember asking someone for advice right when I was getting ready to retire. I said, "Hey, I'm finally wrapping it up. What's your best advice for me?" And you know what he told me? Straight to my face, he said, "Start preparing for your death." And I actually laughed out loud because, man, it felt raw, but it was kind of true. That's exactly what society expects from us to do. You get your paperwork in order, you write out a will if you haven't already written one out, and you just sort of wait. Look, if you live long enough, you're going to retire. But for me, my retirement came a couple of years earlier than I planned. Now, welcome to Retired Life with Reese Will. My body basically made the decision for me due to my health. I hit 54 and I looked in the mirror and I realized something had to change drastically. I just thought to myself, I cannot die on the job. I spent 32 years of my life driving feeder trucks for UPS, decades of working night shifts, dealing with severe sleep deprivation, handling massive stress, and just running my body into the ground. And over all those years, I saw it happen to other guys. They'd put in all of their time and then they just pass away right after hanging up the keys. It makes you think, is that all we're here for? Just to work and die? I think a lot of people hit retirement and honestly, they feel like that's the end of the road. They don't see a light after the clock stops ticking. They lose their sense of meaning because once you aren't punching in that clock every day, you feel like your purpose is totally gone. Now think about it. You work your entire adult life and you never not work. You don't even know what to do with all that leftover energy. When something has occupied your mind for 10 to 12 hours a day for 3 decades and suddenly it's gone, it leaves a massive void. When you've been the provider for so long, your identity gets completely wrapped up in the uniform, the title, and the paycheck. When you step away, you have to face yourself in the quiet. You have to ask yourself, who am I when I'm not working? That transition is heavy, man. It can mess with your head if you aren't ready for it. And how you choose to fill that void, that is the real journey forward. That's where the real work begins. And honestly, I'm busier now than I ever was when I was working. Back then, my life was structured by schedules, routes, and sitting in the cab of a truck for hours on end, night after night. Now, my days belong to me. I'm focusing on my health, I'm taking care of my mind, and I'm a content creator. I'm building something with my own YouTube, sharing my journey and connecting with people. Every single day, I look at how my life is changing. And it's just unbelievable. What was there yesterday isn't there today. I'm seeing things in a completely new light. I'm discovering parts of myself that were buried under decades of fatigue and survival mode. If you had told me 4 or 5 years ago that I had the energy to do any of this, I wouldn't have believed you. When I was working those long hours, I was completely dependent on pills just to function. I needed prescription sleeping pills every single night just to get a few hours of rest before the next shift. I had pills for anxiety, pills for stress. By my mid 30s, I was trapped in a cycle just to keep up with the demands of the job. At my worst, I was taking 8, maybe 10 different medications just to get through the day. And today, I'm down to just 2. And let me tell you, I'm happier now than I've ever been in my entire life. For the first time, I have the actual freedom to choose what I want to do. I've never had that luxury before. My whole life, I was told what to do, where to go, how to stand in line, go to school, get the job, and grind. Now, I do what I actually enjoy, and I'm absolutely loving it. There's so much joy waiting for you on the other side of retirement. Things you couldn't fully appreciate while you were in the thick of raising your kids, supporting your family, and chasing a paycheck. For me, this chapter has been a total renaissance. It's like a rebirth. I went through a serious battle with cancer. I went through chemo, radiation, the whole 9 yards. But I made it through and I'm in remission. Let God be the glory. I prayed every day, but I wasn't scared. It was weird. I guess maybe from the support from my family, they helped me through. Surviving something like that changes your DNA. It strips away all the trivial, meaningless noise. When you look death right in the eye and walk away victorious, you don't take a single sunrise for granted anymore. Surviving didn't just give me my life back, it gave me a brand new version of myself. It reminds me of the conversation I had when I first started slowing down. Someone told me, just learn to appreciate the space around you, enjoy the peace. At the time when you're used to a fast paced life, that doesn't mean much. It sounds like a cliche, but slowly as the month trickled by, I really began to understand what they meant. It's like being handed a beautiful gift. You know there's something incredible inside the box, but you have to take your time unwrapping it. I knew retirement was coming, but now that I've actually opened up the box, man, I'm just so grateful. It gives me chills just thinking about how much perspective has transformed. This whole experience has taught me that we are all interconnected, we are all leaning on each other. I truly believe the reason why we are placed on this earth is to improve the life of someone else. It's about being kind to your brothers and sisters out here, doing something for someone who genuinely needs it. Now, look, you can't hand out material things forever. Our resources run out. But you know what doesn't run out? Is your time, your love, your concern, and your care. Everybody has something they can give to the world. Even a person who feels like they have absolutely nothing can sit down and listen to someone else's story. It's amazing what it does for a person's spirit just to know that someone cares enough to look them in the eye and listen. As a father, a husband, a brother, a son, I realize that the greatest wealth we have isn't sitting in a bank account. It's the wisdom we pass down to the next generation so they don't have to make the same mistakes or run themselves ragged like we did. These years, these are the bonus rounds. This is where we get to pour into the people we love without distraction of tomorrow's alarm clock hanging over our heads. Life is a journey. It has a clear beginning and it has an end. And what people are going to say about me when I'm gone, I won't be here to know. But I want to leave this planet a little bit better than I found it. What I've taken from this life, I want to give back, plus a little bit extra. And I think that everyone out there should do the exact same thing. When it's all said and done, I want my ending to be even better than my beginning. More lives touched, more impact made, and more people happy that I was here. I appreciate all the subscribers. And like I like to say, don't chase peace, live it.